When Russia occupied Afghanistan, I was baby, 4 days baby, that Russia occupied Afghanistan. And that time, most of Afghan became refugee because of war there. And those who were in power, puppet of Russia, they killed democrat-minded, freedom-loving people of our country, men and women. So my family, seemed like many Afghans, became refugees first in Iran. I was this time 4 years old, baby. Then became 7 years old to Pakistan. And there I studied school, refugee school. In '98, when it finished, I moved to Herat with my family on behalf of organization of promoting Afghan women capabilities. So since now, I'm working there. As I said, I was 4 days baby. That after 4 days that I birthed, Russia attacked Afghanistan. Then criminal mujahideen came in power from '92 to '96 when Russia failed in Afghanistan and the puppet of Russia became powerless. This time, criminal mujahideen came in power. They were a bunch of killers, about 8 fundamentalist parties. That foundation of these parties was in the pocket of CIA and ISI, and they did civil war in Afghanistan. And after that, Taliban came in power. In 5 years, they continued to their fascism, and then back the North Alliance fundamentalists, these criminal mujahideen, came in power with suit and tie, talking about democracy, and still they are in power, and day by day getting powerful, and now negotiating with Taliban. So it was briefly the history that I told you about as a political situation. And we are war generation, as my life itself should be an example of the war generation of Afghanistan, that we saw nothing in our life, just violences, crimes of these warlords when inside Afghanistan, also when we lived outside of Afghanistan in refugee camps. But many Afghan, as a social activist, was in contact. I heard a lot about these criminals. So that's why I involved in politics, and because situation was politics, and even today children of Afghanistan do politics, because they hear from their families that who destroyed Afghanistan, why their they lost, for example, members of their family, who killed them, and why situation today getting worse, and many questions even for children. Yeah. Yeah, I was social activist, as I said, when I was in refugee camp in Pakistan, as I was oldest daughter of my family, and I wanted to help them. In the meantime, my education was very important for me. In the morning, I was teacher. In the evening, in the morning I was a student. In the evening, I was teacher for literacy courses. And this time I was in high school, 8th class. And this was the first experience that I started working among people and as close contact with them. And then in '98, I started working with OPOC. This was the time of Taliban period. It was not registered, and this was the first time that with my family that we moved to Herat, that to live in Afghanistan. Underground, I was activist. And there also close contact as activist I had with people for 2 years. Then we moved after 2 years to Farah, my home province, where I birthed. And there also we had health and education activities, and still we have. Like the main goal of this NGO is like this, to serve women and children because they are the most victim. And for me it was interesting because as a woman I wanted to serve women of my country, especially same generation of me that they had no education, and it was important for me. And as close contact with people I had, so in 2003 when I ran for the election, they voted me. So I'm independent and I'm women rights, human rights activist, but fortunately Democrat organization, more than Democrat organization, we have Democrat intellectuals, high educated, open-minded men and women, that they support me, and especially after 2003 that I said the truth and life has been changed. poor, suffer people of Afghanistan do more support. And I think the power of people itself is a big party. Yeah, it is a very difficult question. I'm short of words to express the support of my people, to tell the support of my people, and also the support of Democrat people around the world. That day by their strong support, I understand how much I'm right. And people, I have different many memories that itself give me so hopes and courage and determination. For example, let me tell you one memory that for me itself is a lot. I remember it was during parliamentary election. A woman came in my office in Farah province, and she cried and she was so happy. Sorry. And she said that I'm so happy I voted you. I said, okay, you did your responsibility, and every one of us must attend in the election and to vote. Then said, no, I wanted to attend in the election, but my husband didn't allow me and threatened me and to do not attend in the election. But my husband went and attended the election, but without he knows I wear burqa, and I went and I voted you. But when I come back, my husband understood and beated me a lot, and her hands was something like when beat a little bit getting green. I don't know the name of this word in English. Anyway, but she said, because my husband was against you and I'm agree with you, I voted. And this woman was not educated. And for me, it is a big hope that if they get education, they are the future of Afghanistan. First of all, women of a population of a country play their role. When they don't have education, they know the values of attending an election. This is democracy, I think. And as they wish, they do. And these are the fundamentalists who are in power and do not allow women to play their role in our country. For example, this time I was in England. I was on the street, not on the street, in the way of that we are going to the house of supporter. One young boy about 10 years old stopped me and said, are you lady from Afghanistan? Are you Joya? And the supporter said, yeah, she is Malalai. And then hugged me and was so emotional and cried and said, my family support you. And for me, I can't explain you how he did support. And itself is hope that, as I'm saying always, children of Afghanistan, like children of Palestine, they do they do politics as children of Palestine fighting against occupation by stone. Mm-hmm. And many memories, for example, after Loijerga, when I returned, you see how much people they come just for welcome. And when they expelled me from Parliament, many demonstrations in different provinces, not only that province who voted me. And now many request attend an election. Even people are asking me attend for presidential election. And it is difficult to talk about myself, but why I'm saying few example that, as you asked me, it is important to great people around the world to know that how much my people are aware. And through their support, they want to show their hatred to the criminals, to the warlords. And I did nothing for them. I just said the truth. And that's why they laugh, and because it's a daydream for them. One day these fundamentalists will face to the court. And many memories that I don't know, it's a very difficult question. Yeah, and also a word of supporters around the world, Democrat people, their support, their love. Tonight you saw their strong support, and it was, even I wanted to cry. It is all responsibility on my shoulders. Every kind of support, national support and international support, that I must be more, more, more strength, with more strength and with lots of hopes to continue to struggle against these fascist people in our country who are in power.